Anger, your greatest enemy. In every generation, there is an enemy people prepare for, an enemy they can see, an enemy they can point to, an enemy they can fight. But the most dangerous enemy is rarely outside us. It eats quietly, it speaks loudly, it destroys slowly. This is the story of anger and the price of letting it rule. Long ago, in an African village surrounded by tall palm trees and red earth roads, there lived a man named Kofi. Kofi was not poor. He was not lazy. He was not foolish. In fact, many believed Kofi had everything it took to become great. He was strong. He was hardworking. He was intelligent. But Kofi had one weakness, a weakness stronger than hunger, stronger than fear, stronger than pride. Kofi had anger. When things went well, he was calm. But when things went wrong, even slightly, anger rose in him like fire in dry grass. And fire, when not controlled, and does not ask what it burns. Kofi lived with his younger brother, Tunde, a quiet man with patience in his eyes. Tunde often watched Kofi argue with neighbors, shout at customers, and quarrel over small misunderstandings. One evening, after Kofi returned home furious from the market, Tunde spoke carefully. "Brother," he said, "your strength is great, but your anger is greater. If you do not master it, it will master you." Kofi laughed. "Anger is what makes people respect me," he replied. "Without it, people will walk over me." Tunde said nothing more. Wisdom often speaks once. Pride makes sure it is ignored. One market day, a customer accused Kofi of cheating him. It was a misunderstanding, a simple mistake. But Kofi did not listen. His voice rose. His fists tightened. His anger took control. Before elders could intervene, harsh words turned into insults, and insults turned into a fight. By sunset, Kofi had lost not only the customer, but several others who witnessed his rage. Trust left him that day. And trust, once broken, is harder to rebuild than wealth. Days passed. Loss followed loss. Kofi blamed everyone, the villagers, the elders, even his own brother. But he never blamed the one enemy living inside him. One night, an old village elder named Mama Sade sent for Kofi. She had lived long enough to recognize patterns before destruction became permanent. "Sit," she said gently. "Anger is not strength. It is a signal. When you ignore the signal, it becomes a weapon, and it turns against you." Kofi listened, but he did not hear. The turning point came during a village meeting. Land boundaries were being discussed. Voices rose. Tension grew. Someone accused Kofi wrongly. Before anyone could clarify, anger seized him completely. He shouted. He threatened. He spoke words that could never be taken back. By the time the meeting ended, Kofi had lost the respect of the elders and the support of the community. That day, anger took from him what years of hard work had built. For the first time, Kofi was alone. No customers, no allies, no applause, only silence. And in that silence, he began to hear something unfamiliar. Himself. He remembered Tunde's warning, Mama Sade's words, the opportunities he had destroyed with his own hands. Anger had promised him power. Instead, it left him empty. One morning, Kofi found Tunde preparing to leave the village. "I cannot grow where anger rules," Tunde said softly. "I love you, but I must choose peace." Those words hurt more than any insult. That was when Kofi finally understood. Anger does not only hurt enemies. It pushes away allies. It poisons relationships. It steals futures. Anger had not protected him. It had betrayed him. Change did not come overnight. Kofi began with silence instead of shouting, breathing instead of reacting, listening instead of defending. He sought forgiveness, not because it was easy, but because it was necessary. Some people forgave him. Some did not. But Kofi learned something powerful. You cannot control how others respond, only how you react. And reaction is where anger lives. Years later, Kofi was no longer known for his temper, but for his restraint. When disputes arose, he mediated. When insults came, he paused. People began to trust him again, slowly. Not because he was perfect, but because he was changed. He taught young men one lesson above all. Anger feels strong, but it makes you weak. Control it, or it will control you. If you are listening to this story today, understand this truth. Your greatest enemy may not be your circumstances. It may not be people. It may not be failure. It may be the anger you justify, the anger you excuse, the anger you refuse to confront. Anger destroys faster than poverty. It isolates quicker than fear, and it leaves regret where growth should be. Master your anger, or it will master your life. PLS. If you like this story, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more of this story. Thank you.